In this video, I'll show you how I make muddy battlefield bases. Hey everyone, and welcome to another Brushstroke basing guide. For this one, I'm just using a 40mm base, and for convenience of handling, I've just stuck it to a cork with some blue tack. So bases like this are a great way to use up broken pieces, spare bits from kits, little cogs, spare weapons, shields, skulls, you name it. So don't throw anything away because it will always come in handy when you're making your bases. So the first thing we're going to need to do is glue any larger pieces to the base. And then we're going to cover the rest of the surface over with some filler or spackle. With your filler still wet, push in your other pieces. For example, I found these great looking cogs on eBay. You can smooth the filler over a bit, make it look a bit more half buried. Skulls. All bases look better with skulls. Next, you want to add some sand and grit pieces. I really like this mix from Javis Scenics. Once the filler's dry, I primed the base with Vallejo black and then gave it a slight dusting of Vallejo grey just to make it clear on camera. Now we can start painting in our base. The first colour I used was RHINOX hide. Make sure you give it a good shake and then paint in all the areas which are going to be dirt. Next, paint in your metal details with IRONBREAKER. Now paint in any bronze details with WARPLOCK bronze. Next, paint over your bronze with HASHUT copper. You might wonder why you're now painting over the colour before. The reason for this is that when you paint one colour over the other, the colour underneath actually changes the tone of the colour on top. So in this particular case, we paint the bronze colour underneath to give a richer feel to the copper on top. Next, add a bit of detail using DAWNSTONE by picking out some of the smaller rocks just to give a bit more detail and just to break up some of the areas of brown. Now paint in all your skulls with ZANDRI dust. Be as neat as you can, but any mistakes that you make, just tidy back up again with some RHINOX hide. Next we're going to dry brush all the RHINOX hide areas with MOURNFANG brown. With our base colours now painted in, it's time to add some shade using some NULN oil on the metal, copper and stone. Now apply a wash of AGRAX EARTHSHADE across the whole of the base. With the wash now fully dry, lightly dry brush the skulls with USHABTI bone. Again, try and be as neat as possible, but any mistakes just tidy back up with some RHINOX hide. Next, dry brush RYZA rust onto the IRONBREAKER pieces. Add some highlights to your stones using some DAWNSTONE. Now add an edge highlight of IRONBREAKER to your rusted metal and bronze. As a final touch, add a dry brush of dry mud weathering powder from Forge World. Simply work the powder into all the mud areas on the base. To ensure your weathering powder doesn't simply rub off, varnish your whole base with a spray matte varnish. Finish your base by painting the rim with ABADDON black. And that's it, the base is done. I really hope you enjoyed this guide. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. If you'd like to follow more of my work, I'm on Facebook and Instagram. But in the meantime, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and don't forget to share.